Welcome friends, and thank you for watching this special episode on how to make mom's Chinese steamed sweet rice cupcakes. The first recipe is for the rising rice cake, which we call Fa Gao, and the second recipe is what we call Fa Gao, which is the steamed red bean rice pudding. The key ingredient in both these recipes is the long-grained rice pudding, which can be found in the freezer section at a Chinese supermarket. This will need to be thawed in advance so we can make the cakes. One of the reasons I love eating the fortune cake, also known as the prosperity cake, is that it's super fluffy. They say the fluffier the top is, the more prosperous your year will be. Mom's Fa Gao recipe always blossoms up nice and fluffy. The first thing you will need to do is combine 3 sticks of the Chinese brown sugar candy with half a cup of water in a saucepan. Set the temperature on low and stir as needed to ensure that all the brown sugar dissolves, creating a nice golden liquid. When the brown sugar has completely dissolved, turn the heat off and set aside to cool. This is what the thawed long-grain rice pudding looks like. We will be using half, which is 450 grams of the long-grain rice pudding for the Fa Gao. Add half a cup of cold water and then use your hand to massage and break up the rice pudding. Continue to stir and massage until you get a smooth texture with no clumps. One of the reasons why my mom likes to use her hand for this process is that she can feel for the clumps and make sure that it's nice and smooth. Once the brown sugar liquid has cooled to room temperature, slowly pour it into your mixture. Mix it so that everything is nice and smooth. Add 3 teaspoons of baking powder and then stir and mix well. This is a really important step. Make sure you mix it well so that there are no clumps and everything is mixed together so that the batter is nice and smooth. One of the reasons we like to use the brown sugar is that we believe it helps us cleanse our system and to boost our energy and circulation. This is the consistency and texture of the batter that we need. When we eat egg tarts, we save the metal cups for this recipe. The metal cup reinforces the paper muffin cups and helps the cake hold its shape. The reason we use the paper muffin cups is that it's easier to peel off. Remember to leave half an inch from the rim to allow room for the cake to rise. Make sure the water in your steaming pot is already boiling when you place the rice cakes on the tray. This will ensure that your rice cakes will rise and blossom beautifully. Steam the rice cakes until they blossom. This will take about 20 minutes. Honestly, mom's Fa Gao always turns out fluffy and delicious every single time. Keep watching for recipe number 2, another favorite sweet treat that my mom makes. In Cantonese, we call these Fa Gao. The texture is a little bit chewy and I just love the red bean in it. There is also a white version of the Fa Gao, but we're making my favorite brown sugar version. So yummy. The first thing you will need to do is soften a handful of red beans in boiling water. Boil it until the red beans soften. The next thing you need to do is combine 1 cup of golden yellow sugar with 2 cups of water in a saucepan. Heat up the sugar and water and stir as needed until all the sugar has dissolved. Place the remaining long grain rice pudding in a large mixing bowl, which is about 450 grams. Add 2 tablespoons of tapioca starch. Add half a cup of cold water, then use your hands to break up the long grain rice pudding. This process is very much like how we make the Fa Gao. Mix in the tapioca starch and continue to break up the clumps of the long grain rice pudding. Add half a cup of cold water, stir until you get a nice smooth texture with no clumps. Slowly stir in the hot yellow golden sugar liquid. Again, just like when we steam the Fa Gao, make sure that the water in your steaming pot is already boiling. Place the metal cups onto the tray, then pour in your batter. Notice that the consistency of this batter is thinner than the consistency for the Fa Gao. Drop 5 to 6 of the softened red bean into each cup. Cover and steam until the batter firms up. This will take about 20 minutes. We hope you get a chance to make and try out these delicious Chinese treats. We are looking forward to sharing more delicious recipes with you in the new year. Thank you for watching.